EA Sports. It's in the game. There's no doubt about it now. This guy has to be in the All-Madden team.
Welcome back. Lumen Field here in Seattle. Our halftime festivities behind us as we're just about set for the opening kick of the second half. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now a second down and 6. Here's Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions. At a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him, but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Herbert now. And my goodness, another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. And now the rookie's free. Great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe buried it at his feet. Make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now. But he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal.
And, it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they take possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do.
And now here's another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
He's got his tight end fan, and they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. There he goes, right side. The 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he brings Fires this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Now a dump off here complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Gino on first down. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Gino's going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Calling no gain there. It brings forth a 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team.
And now here's another interception.
Jordan Brooks with it.
20. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On 2nd and goal, Smith. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out, and the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Once again, we see the Seahawks line up to go for 2. Here's Smith looking to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.